Well, the earnings season is upon us, and like I just told you before the break, our favorite segment, Quarter Se Quarter Tak, is a regular. Today, we are going to look at the banking stocks. We have first our in-house expert, Abhishek, to tell us what are the estimates of brokerages from the big banks, and then we will have an expert joining us. Abhishek, over to you.
Well, Lata, the loan growth has remained weak for the banking sector in Q1 FY22. So, on a YOY basis, it was up about 5.8%, while on a sequential basis, it has declined by 1% quarter-on-quarter in Q1 FY22. So, one can expect the net interest margin to improve sequentially due to the fact that interest income derecognition had impacted the net interest margin in Q4 FY21. Provisions are estimated to be lower YOY or year-on-year, and thus you may see a healthy profit growth on a year-on-year basis. Now, large banks like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, SBI, etc. are expected to continue their outperforming, in terms of their results versus mid-cap and smaller banks. So, the outlook on slippages from the management may be challenging given the fact that there is uncertain environment right now. Physical collections in sectors like, microfinance, commercial vehicle, rural, etc. Will see challenges in Q1 FY22. So banks may give positive outlook on the fact that, corporate recovery will be much better given the fact that we have seen some large resolutions that have either been completed or will be completed very soon. Back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. We have Kunal Shah, the analyst at ICICI Securities, who joins in now to analyze the numbers. Kunal, you heard out what Abhishek had to say about the expectations. What are your own views, and stock-wise, where do you see the outperformance coming from?
Morning, Sonia. So this quarter in particular, it is going to be quite distinct given that financiers have been riding on the waves both of sudden disruption in April and May, as well as gradual recovery in June. So what we are going to see, as Abhishek highlighted, in terms of the loan growth, there has been a sequential dip. But on a lower base on year-on-year basis, we will still see the momentum which was there in FY21 to sustain, particularly with respect to loan growth. As far as slippages and provisioning are concerned, in fact, we will see elevated ones and some kind of a front loading for FY22 that will happen. And there will be forward flows into SMA1 and SMA2 buckets as well. So overall, for the entire banking sector, we are expecting a single-digit operating profit and earnings growth for this quarter.
Okay. Who may be the relative outperformers according to you, Kunal? At the moment, we are only discussing the banks in the Nifty. What may stand out, you think?
So in terms of the outperformance, players with more secure retail exposure, more exposure towards the corporate, and wherein they were carrying some kind of a contingency buffer earlier, wherein there is no need to build up the further provisioning coverage, those would tend to outperform. Specifically, say for the sector, when we look at it amongst the banks, we are looking at 0.5 to 2% kind of slippages on a non-annualized basis. And amongst them, when we look at it, HDFC, Kotak, Axis and SBI should do relatively better.
Any thoughts on the NBFC space? Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, anything?
So, Bajaj Finance has already highlighted in terms of their mid-quarter update as to the impact which would be there on the credit cost, which was additional 1100 to 1300 odd crores. For full year, and they mentioned that it will be front-loaded in Q1. So this is something which is very well known to the street, and that is what we are expecting. And in terms of the AUM growth, they have highlighted that there could be an impact of 3 to 4%, of which again major part will come in Q1 itself. So that's for Bajaj Finance.
In the banks, I want to come back to the QSQT on banks. What in their investor presentation will you watch out for? You will watch out for the SMA2 number? Will you watch out for not just investor presentation but management guidance? Can you train our eyes as to what we should look out?
Sure. So apart from maybe assessing the asset quality performance, what will be critical is management's narrative and their strategy going forward, as there has been a gradual recovery So what steps and what initiatives are being taken so as to ensure that next 3 quarters are relatively better than what we had seen in Q1? That is something which will be looked upon. And as you mentioned, SMA2 will be a critical pool to watch out for. However, most of the banks disclose it for, say, SMA pool of more than 5 crores. While this quarter, the pain is more on retail and MSME, which will be less than 5 crores. So we will have to dwell much in deeper in terms of the SMA2 pool for the entire loan book rather than only more than 5 odd crores. But definitely SMA1 and SMA2 will be a critical number to watch out for along with GNPS.
Okay, and what is your order of preference in these banks? Where do you have buys?
So we like Axis, SBI, HDFC Bank in this order, yeah.
And any target prices there?
So Axis around about 944, SBI we have 544, and when you look at HDFC Bank it's 1818.
Okay, those are big upsides to the current market price. So thanks a lot for joining us. So those are the 3 top picks from the banking analysts coming in there. By the way, it's the IT space that's really charging ahead.